Mula, I'm DJ Toro. Join me every Monday to Thursday, 7 until midnight. The premium classics on Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Tonight, Fiji Television Board appoints new chief executive. Gaunda Shipping has boycotted services to Coro Island. And more than a year later, work begins on Stinson Parade Bridge. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spade and you're watching FBC News. There's been a change in management at Fiji Television Limited. Devita Ngonelevu has been appointed the chief executive and succeeds Tarun Patel as the company prepares to expand in the Pacific region. Chanel Sivan has the story.
The announcement was made to the staff of Fiji Television this afternoon by the parent company, Fijian Holdings Chief Executive Nuzab Farid. Farid says the restructure was due to the company's business needs.
So yesterday we had a board meeting. The directors decided we need a new CEO. So we appointed Devita Ngonelevu, currently General Manager Investment and Strategy at Fijian Holdings, as the new Chief Executive Officer. People should not be sitting in their comfort zone. We want the best to be with us, because definitely there is competition, as I said.
Farid says changes are important to any organization and there will be other changes, including advertising of more jobs by the board in due course.
Business is always business with Fijian Holdings. This is not the first time we are doing restructuring. We also want to restructure the organization in such a way that we are ready to go forward.
Patel will now drive the group's strategic expansion into the Pacific so that Fiji Television and Sky Pacific will be the first choice in news and entertainment in the region.
We feel this company can do much better than this. Of course, there is competition in the marketplace. The customers want different things. We are spending 25 million not to just to sit and watch what's happening. We are changing the structure. We are creating new positions. Those positions will have a little bit of a widened job description.
There will be no impact in the PNG-based subsidiary EMTV. Farid says there will be no job losses in the process. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama visited the Lautoka sugar mill today following the death of a 44-year-old mill worker on Sunday. Fiji Sugar Corporation Executive Chairman Abdul Khan and Permanent Secretary of Sugar Manasa Vaningi briefed the PM about the mill being closed for a week now following the mishap. Bainimarama was also shown the site where the incident occurred last Thursday and the evaporator from which boiling liquid had spilt onto the mill worker. The Prime Minister also visited the family of the deceased to present his rengu-rengu. Samuela Singatokavake died on Sunday at the Lautoka Hospital after sustaining burns to 60% of his body. Gaunda Shipping Services has boycotted its trip to Coro Island. The company claims some passengers avoid paying cargo fees by loading their bags on government vehicles. Mikalonga has more.
Speaking from Coro Lomaiviti, Provincial Council member Chotingarinivalo expressed concern with the failure of the Lomaiviti Princess to sail to the island on FBC's Radio Fiji 1 Talkback show.
Coro is faced with fuel shortages affecting transport service as there is not clear as to when the boat that serves the island every week will come. This will also affect transportation of school children who receive transport assistance.
Commissioner Eastern Lieutenant Colonel Netani Rika told FBC News Gaunda Shipping Services wasn't happy with certain individuals who dodged cargo fees.
But that is not a way to do it. Okay? The way to do it is to be honest and pay your cargoes, which is $7 per bag. That was the issue, and that made the owner of boat boycotting the trip to Coro.
The Commissioner's message to the people of Coro is to think before they leap, as the reactions can have a detrimental effect on everyone who rely on shipping to get by in life.
The Turani Coro should be doing his job, okay? And the chief of the island should be talking to the people, and all the government stakeholders, they should be playing their part. So if everyone playing their part right, you know.
Lieutenant Colonel Netani Rika says Gaunda Shipping is expected to resume its service to Coro from tomorrow. Mikalonga, FBC News.
And a check with the company late this afternoon confirmed the MV Lomaiviti Princess will in fact sail on Monday. The closure of the Stinson Parade Bridge in Suva has taken its toll on businesses, and even the annual Suva on sale had to be put on hold. More than a year down the line, the Suva Retailers Association has welcomed the start of works on the bridge. Roland Coro takes a look at what's happening.
Until a few days ago, there was no movement on getting this vital road link opened. This site at the Stinson Parade Bridge is a welcome sign for many. A drilling rig used for testing the riverbed.
Right now, they're doing some geotech studies, which means that we will be able to reopen, maybe some readjustments are required, or probably a new bridge, but at least we are in the right direction.
According to Himat Lodia, retailers have lost out a lot since the closure of the bridge.
Only because of that bridge not closing down last year, it closed down last year, we were not able to do the Suva on sale. We are very hopeful that we can revive some of the street sales.
While the drilling rig signifies hope for retailers, it may be a while yet before traffic is allowed through here. According to the Fiji Roads Authority, there's quite a bit to be done before the real work starts.
The drilling rigs are there to get some samples of the ground conditions. From that information, our designers will be able to determine if a temporary solution is viable for the Stinson Parade Bridge, and if it is, what form it might.
Meanwhile, the Suva on sale remains shelved. It could be a while yet before we see some activity on the streets of the capital. Roland Coro, FBC News.
The National Fire Authority will for the first time be part of a vehicle inspection team with the Land Transport Authority and the Fiji Police Force. Operation Safety 4 begins tomorrow, targeting public service vehicles. Ritika Pratap reports.
The spate of bus fires recently has prompted this new round of SNAP inspections. A workshop between the Fiji Police, Land Transport Authority and the NFA was conducted today, with everyone's roles clearly spelled out.
Collectively deal with the issues pertaining to motor vehicle fire, pertaining to accidents, and also the awareness, education and enforcement in terms of where the breach or non-compliance of road safety rules.
The main cause of recent bus fires has been identified as electrical or mechanical faults, and this is where NFA comes in.
Identifying certain fire hazards or areas where fire safety is compromised, especially on our public vehicles.
The LTA believes together they can effectively address these issues.
The incidents that is now happening in the country, for example, in the past fire incidents that's continuously happening, motor vehicle accidents. So that is the reason why we have come together.
Any bus or taxi that is seen as a fire hazard will be grounded immediately. This team will also educate drivers and PSV owners on safety measures. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Coming up, more schools likely to be set up around Viti level.
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Hit Music.
Nimbula, methango nimilote na isaro tambua. Nama kia umena rua kina ona na via kavi moniti kina wakarambuka. Rongo mena via sama kina viva ko baro takini ndreko malolo. Ena Radio Fiji 1 na wongani via niano. Ngai nama kia kina.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. The Education Ministry has received applications for new schools on Viti level. They're being processed by the Ministry and the Prime Minister's office.
The applications have come from Tailevu, Nandronga, Sawa and Ra.
Applications received so far are for Mbau Central College and likewise for Verata, and we have one for Nadula in Yasawa and also for Malolo in Nandronga. And for the Tikino of Ra, we have Nakorotumbu Secondary and St. Francis College in Bunimbitu in Ras.
Simoni Waimbuta, who is the Director Estates and Monitoring, says in recent years 2 new primary schools and 7 secondary schools were opened. One was re-established after a lapse of 28 years.
The ministry is moving towards bringing quality education closer to our people. So we've identified areas which are disadvantaged in nature. The schools, the secondary schools are quite far off. So we have now established new secondary schools so that children can come closer to a school and get better education or quality education from that.
This is part of the Fijian government's initiative to see that all children receive a basic education, and parents who earn less than $15,000 will be assisted with bus fares.
We will continue to provide cards as we go along. And for those areas, the rural remote areas where we don't have buses or consoles, we'll still use the vouchers for transportation.
Waimbuta says parents are mandated to provide their children with the best and quality education available in the country. Mikolonga, FBC News.
It was a joyous occasion for people in the Navosa Highlands, being connected to the Fiji electricity grid for the first time. It's taken many years to get this far, but the Fijian government's development plans are bearing fruit. Akosita Tale has more.
Days without electricity and nights living in the dark are now over for people in Navosa, one of the remotest parts of Fiji.
It will revolutionize the lives of people living here, from the use of domestic appliances in the home, power tools in the workplace, to our students being able to study better at night.
With government assistance in agriculture, education and rural development, the people of Navosa have been encouraged to make the most of the opportunities. In time to come, these achievements will make life easier in rural Fiji.
We have seen the upgrading of roads up to Nawedamba, the commencement of work on the Vatumali Hospital, and the development of education facilities in Navosa. Now that Vatumali and the 2 villages of Kayasi can access electricity, my government intends to extend it further into the interior.
The launch of FNU's commercial agriculture program will also empower youth and provide a sustainable economic future.
Selected young people are being chosen to undertake a tertiary course to learn the latest farming skills. We are also equipping them with an allocation of land and machinery to give them a head start.
A packing shed was also launched yesterday as a commercial farming initiative. The shed will ensure that produce gets to market fresh and fetch a higher price. Akosita Tale, FBC News.
After years of living in the dark, the people of Yasawa and Dakandrove now have solar lights thanks to one of their oldest residents. Maria Dhanginitomba recently returned from the Barefoot College in India, where she learned the basics of solar engineering. Since then, she has taught men in the village so that the entire village can now be lit up. Vosita Kotewasawasa reports.
There are 98 people living in Yasawa village, one of the most far-fetched locations on Vanuatu. They do, however, have their own solar engineer.
I had often asked myself as to how I will carry out this project and what was the course that I had been selected for, because all I knew was that it was a job men normally did. When I was given the equipment needed to carry out the project, I did not have any idea as to how I will go about it.
For many, the only source of light was kerosene lamps, which doesn't come cheap.
The price of kerosene here was $4 per liter, and we only bought it in liters as it was quite expensive. We would have dinner before sundown, and children would often do their studies then, because at times we would sleep in total darkness.
Lazaro Coroitavalena has been a shopkeeper for some time now, but he's pretty much stopped ordering kerosene.
We have stopped ordering for kerosene at the main island because there had been no demand for it from the villagers here. Villagers have noticed the change that the solar project has brought into the village.
Dangini Tomba now has 2 youth working at her workshop, and they charge $5 per household for the maintenance of solar equipment. Bosita Kotiwasawasa, FBC News.
Sports time now, 1 day from the big Escort Shield final, and Jamie is here with all the very latest.
Well, the hype is certainly building for the clash in the capital. Tonight we speak to the defending champions, Navy. Also up ahead in sports, schools basketball makes a jump for greater heights. That and more coming up.
Isambolo binaka. Nadhango wadi soni dalai. Nama kio mani wasini ngono borota kina lali ne kabi. Maina tolu kina bitu. Ena moni tingina por rombuka. Ena Mbula FM. Na bandu ena serre.
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
Welcome back to FBC Sports. Fiji Rugby Union Games Committee Chairman Mosese Tanga says all decisions on the Digicel Cup protests and appeals will be made after the completion of their meeting this afternoon. Officials are meeting at Rugby House currently to discuss findings on Tailevu Rugby's player eligibility protest against Namosi. It is believed the player in question, Silvinuse Vindi, took the field for Namosi without a proper release from the Naita Siri Rugby Union. Meanwhile, defending champions of the Escort Shield, Navy, believe that nobody can stand in the way of them, claiming a 3rd win this year. According to coach Solomoni Spooner, they are the best team in Fiji when it comes to club rugby and are ready to face police in this Saturday's final. Shelvin Chan reports.
For the Navy, the equation for the final is simple. They are the best club team in the country.
I think they'll expect the best champion rugby in Fiji at the moment. The best club, I think, is the Navy Rugby Club. We have heaps of players in the Fiji, in the Flying Fijian team, in the Super team, also in the 7-a-side team, Fiji 7-a-side, and I think they will showcase the game on Saturday.
Navy is back to full strength. Players with injury scares have been declared fit.
Everybody's fine now. There's no major injuries. I have Sabe Tambak Nalangi, Matolo Kula, Secretary and Mudubor were playing with injuries last week, but now they've been all fit and ready to go.
According to Navy, the mistakes of 2010 will not be repeated.
We can say that I've been in three finals. We lost post one in 2010. That's why I'm going to remind us that never again will be beaten. So we're trying to make it 3 in a row.
The clock is winding down for this Saturday's Centennial Escort Shield final between the Navy and the police. It will be either 3 in a row for the Navy or end of a 15-year drought for the police. Shelvin Chan, FBC Sports.
A week out from the Ink Mobile Battle of the Giants, and work is on track at Subrel Park. As Indra Singh reports, Fiji football is happy with the progress, but there are still some areas which need urgent work.
Just over a week to go before the start of the 2013 Ink Mobile Battle of the Giants. And works are progressing well, with Lambasa Town Council workers hard at work getting the venue up to par.
I'm told that the work is continuing and they will try and do the best. We have some concern about the lights, and I'm taking this up with the town council. At the moment, I think the light adjustments is not right, and maybe they do not have the required lux of it. So I'm taking that up with the town council this morning, asking them to sort of adjust that. And otherwise, they are working on the maintenance and repairs of the stadium. The painting, etc., is going on. The ground is being repaired.
While the park is one of the major areas, teams taking part also need to get their house in order. This, as the final list of names is to be submitted for registration purposes.
The response has been good. They're all waiting for the due date tomorrow. Some will have some difficulties with the player transfers, but the majority would know what they are doing. I mean, the indication would be there who's coming, who's going.
It is the second major of the year, and hopes are high that there will be a bumper crowd turnout in the Northern Division.
Fans must realize there are limited seating. The main pavilion only has 1,000 saleable seats, and the two small stadiums on the side have total of 600 seats.
Fiji FA is well on track to host yet another tournament. However, what remains to be seen is what the teams have in store for the two-week event. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
The Tucker Secondary School's basketball competition has stepped up a notch as teams continue their weekly games. Organizers are seeing a tremendous improvement in player skills and fitness levels as the tournament progresses. Chalen Daudakadaka reports.
Secondary School's basketball is picking up pace as the Tucker Secondary School's national competition approaches at the end of the month. Some of the newcomers to the Super Zone have made an impression so far, and officials are looking to see greater improvements this year.
The level of competition has definitely improved. We've witnessed that from round 1 and now we're up to round 7. The whole purpose of this competition is just to improve on to upskill the players prior to the Tucker's Ice Cream Championships in August.
For one particular player, the competition serves as timeout from exams, as well as a hectic season on the athletics tracks.
No, I stopped now for my exams, external exams. I stopped athletics, but I'm still training for basketball just to keep me fit.
The competition continues this week until the 26th of the month, when these schools face off against each other as well as their counterparts from the West for the national title. And who knows, by then, spectators may see the level of competition go up another notch. Salendo Dakavaka, FBC Sports.
Good results all around. That's what our Fiji swimming team of Matelita Mbonromo, Caroline Pormao and Douglas Miller achieved at the 15th FINA World Championship in Barcelona, Spain. While setting a new national record in the men's 100-meter breaststroke, Miller chalked up another personal best today in the 200 meters individual medley. He took 2.08 seconds off his old record to clock a new time of 2 minutes, 14.27 seconds.
Like the 100 breaststroke, I just wanted to go for the record, the Fiji national record, and I got what I wanted to do, and I just need to focus on this event. I did a PB as well, so pretty happy with both my swims.
Meanwhile, fellow Fijian swimmer Pormao won her heat and finished fastest of all the Pacific Island swimmers in the women's 50-meter backstroke with a time of 30.36 seconds. And that was your sports for tonight. Good evening.
Bank South Pacific has become the first company in Fiji to start using biodegradable water bottles. The bottles will be used by the bank staff as well as for promotional purposes. Manufactured by Please Beverages, the bottles can either be recycled or disposed without fear of it harming the environment.
Water that Please is packing for us today is in recyclable bottles. This is what they use. This is what they've got, a product like this for the Australian market. So this will be the first for Fiji. And we're proud to partner with Warwick in doing this.
The new bottles are part of BSP's green policy to fight global warming. The Suva City Council has bought 2 new compactor trucks to improve garbage collection in the capital. Special Administrator Chandu Maria says these 2 trucks cost around $500,000. On average, 83 tons of garbage is collected from Suva daily for disposal at the Nambora landfill.
So we have breakdowns of our garbage trucks where it makes it difficult for the council to collect the garbage in that particular day, which had costed the council money to hire outside trucks to pick up the rubbish. But now we have got 7. This will complement the pickup of garbage.
The SCC spends about $5 million only on waste management every year. That time again. So Jen, what's happening with weather?
Well, Jackie, it's been one of those rare days. And by rare, I mean fine. An absolutely beautiful sunny day that was shared by everyone. So take a good look at all the sunshine on the map, because tomorrow some of it will be replaced with clouds and showers. It was quite warm today. 32 degrees in Lambasa was the highest, while 29 in Suva the lowest. Like I mentioned earlier, it's clouds and rain tomorrow, well, in the morning anyway, before everything settles down to nice sunny conditions. Mariners, there'll be northerly winds at 10 to 15 knots with moderate southeast swells. Photo time now. This was taken at the Singatoka Sand Dunes, the beachfront of the national park to be exact. And what's even more special about this picture is that it was taken by the park ranger. Forgive me my ignorance, but I didn't even know they had rangers. That sums it up for weather. Till the next photo, stay safe and stay smiling.
Thanks so much for that, Genevieve. The headlines once again. There's been a change in management at Fiji Television, with Tevita Ngonelevu taking over as chief executive. Gander Shipping has boycotted its weekly trip to Coro Island, and work begins on Stinson Parade Bridge. This week's poll question, and we ask, is it still relevant for Fiji to be part of the Pacific Island Forum? Visit our FBC website, www.fbc.com.fj, to take part. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That's your news tonight. See you again tomorrow. Motamata.
आपकी शादी होने वाली है। 5 बच्चे होंगे। 5 हाय, मैं हूँ आपकी सहेली वेनू। सुनते रहिए मिर्च एफएम। मैं हूँ ना 9 से 12 बजे तक।